got engaged to someone. So I've hung out with Chris a total of once, but it was among the best 90 minutes of my life. But truly, I do feel like I know him quite well, all because of social media.
Yes, of course, social media. Where would Chris and Stephanie be without social media? This goes back way to the earlier days, way back. For example, I'm going to throw a few names here. Apartment 107, Asian Avenue, Friendster, MySpace for those Americans that are here, and of course, latest examples, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, etc. And Chris, oh yeah, he was on all of them. And is quite up to date. Updating his status on a frequent basis, so much so that even if any of my buddies were to see him after a long hiatus, we say, yo Chris, what's up, man? Yo, what you been up to? Yo, wait, I know what's going on already. Hashtag frequent updates.
You got it, bro. Chris and Steph have never met a hashtag that they don't like. For example, I went on Chris's Facebook page, and he tagged a simple picture of driving over the Port Mann Bridge with 25, that's right, 25 hashtags. Hashtag rolling shot, hashtag out the window, hashtag roll down the window so I can see, hashtag Honda, hashtag Civic, hashtag SI, hashtag sedan, hashtag FA5, hashtag K20, hashtag stance, hashtag spacers, hashtag Port Mann Bridge, spelled incorrectly, may I add, hashtag I am in a car, hashtag I am on a bridge, hashtag I am in a car on a bridge, hashtag how do you spell Port Mann, hashtag better get a dictionary, hashtag westbound, hashtag not eastbound, hashtag west side, hashtag that was stupid, hashtag sunset, hashtag Vancouver, hashtag Canada, hashtag I love Steph. Now, as for Stephanie, I'm happy to say that I have known her for a number of years. I met her through youth ministry in the Archdiocese of Vancouver, and we've crossed paths at numerous conferences, retreats, and rallies through the past decade. I've always admired her faith, her loyalty, her passion, and her pictures on Instagram. And we've shared wonderful conversations over the years, ranging from faith to ministry to guy problems, and I hope that those talks end tonight.
Now, I met Steph at a Youth for Christ retreat about a decade ago. Coincidentally, and probably just about the same time as you met Steph. So I can contest as well is that she's very involved with her family, her faith, and community. And very involved with social media. So as you can see, it's appropriate that the king of social media is marrying the queen of social media.
And speaking of which, just really quick story, Gil and I were running a few minutes late to the wedding, to the church today. But I knew, and I was relieved to find out, that we were not going to miss the opening procession. And I only knew because Steph was in the limo, updating her Facebook status at 1:05. So, you guys have heard, and you've seen, and we want to encourage you to use the clever hashtag of hashtag ChriStepherz, which is obviously a nice combination of a very clever combination of their two first names.
You know what, Clay? I think we need our own hashtag.
You mean for me and you?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Should we combine our first names too? Let's see, Clay, Andrew. No, Clandrew just doesn't sound so good.
How about our last names? Mine is Inko.
And mine is Emo. Inko Emo. Okay, so feel free to hashtag your pictures tonight to Instagram, to Twitter, to Facebook. Please use hashtag ChriStepherz. And if you feel so inclined, you can hashtag Inko Emo as well, but we won't be searching for that for sure. Thanks, you guys. We're going to invite Father Bundle up to bless tonight and bless the food and their festivities.